If I could give one piece of advice to a new videographer or video editor, it wouldn't be about gear, nor color grading, plugins, nor even what camera to buy. It would be this: share your work, all of it, even the imperfect stuff. The very first video job I got that I got paid for wasn't from a pitch, nor a cold email, or a slick website. It was from someone seeing a video I'd made just for my own fun. It was nice, but it definitely wasn't great. But that didn't matter. That's the wild thing about creative work. You don't always find clients. Sometimes they find you, but you have to give them a reason to. So, in this episode, I'm going to talk about how I found clients as a videographer and editor. It's not a masterclass, it's definitely not a shortcut, but it's what worked for me. Starting out with no connections, no formal training, and no real plan beyond make stuff that looks pretty. I'll talk about how sharing your life can lead to work, how small projects can snowball, and the slow but reliable power of word of mouth, and also why you don't have to be the loudest person in the room to build a career. Back when I first started out, I used to make these little video postcards of holidays with friends, completely unprompted. I'd just shoot bits on the beach, messing around in the sea, walking through town, and then I'd throw together a little montage or edit with a nice music track. I lived and still live in Cornwall in the UK, which is in a lot of ways a resort county. So when I shared one of these holiday edits, a local holiday company spotted it, and they got in touch and asked if I'd consider making something similar for them. And, critically, they offered to pay me, which at the time seemed wild. That was it. No pitch deck, no business plan, just one shared video that caught the right person's eye. From there, I made a few vacation-style promos, and the rest is history. They weren't amazing, my work that is, but the company liked them, and they liked working with me, and that kept the work trickling in. That allowed my confidence to grow and my abilities to develop. I got faster, slightly less bad at the thing I was doing. With a bit more experience, I started taking on anything I could. A local artist needed a music video, sure. A friend needed help with a Kickstarter, let's go. Somebody wanted a wedding filmed, why not? Well, actually I only did a wedding once, and it turns out it's probably not for me. But that's another story. Was I undercharging? Sometimes. Was I over-delivering? Probably. Was it sustainable? Not in the long term. But that phase was very important. I also was lucky enough to have a DJI drone before they were as prevalent as they are now, so I picked up a bunch of reasonably dull aerial jobs. Roof surveys, agriculture, commercial parks, really boring stuff. But within that, a couple of shoots were actually a bit more exciting, and slowly I found the right doors opened. And even sometimes when the work was a bit tedious, the whole time I was learning how to talk to clients, manage expectations, handle logistics, and make it work with limited time, light, or gear. Then, inevitably, as will happen to everyone's career, there was a bit of a lull. I wasn't getting much work, I began to feel a bit flat, my camera sat in its bag for too long, and so I decided to make a personal rule. I had to shoot and edit something. It didn't really matter what, just anything. That's when I helped a friend with an artist portrait. That video turned out to be a big step up for me in terms of quality and planning and execution. It was much more considered than my usual work. Better lit, and it even had a bit of a narrative. Importantly, all these things came together and that got noticed. And to this day, some of my favorite clients found me through that single artist profile. And that's really when I realized that personal projects are more than just for oneself. They're kind of like bait. They attract the kind of work you want to do. And you'll know from my last episode, I'm a big advocate for filming your life. It's not just about preserving memories, it's a way to build skills and attract clients, and also to create opportunities without necessarily trying to. It's something that's been foundational to my own journey, and it continues to pay off. From there, I began to settle into a much healthier rhythm. I'd shoot work I liked, share it, even if only casually, and the jobs I wanted kept coming in. Every time I worried things were going a bit quiet, something cropped up. A new brief, a random DM, a friend of a friend remembering that Jack does video. It's not a strategy that scales quickly, but it's real, and it's sustainable. Certainly I've found that it's been strangely consistent. As the scope of the jobs grew, so did my gear, my skills, and my confidence. I even landed a modest retainer client who literally pays me to film vignettes of my life, the exact thing I was doing anyway. Another thing that I think has massively helped is I make sure that I'm easy to work with. I respond promptly, I show up on time, if not early, and I deliver what I say I will. It's not flashy, But honestly, I think that puts you head and shoulders above 80% of your competitors. You'd be amazed at how far simple reliability goes in this industry. Now let's get a bit more tactical. If you're just starting out, here are the 5 things I'd recommend. Number 1, share everything, not just the polished portfolio pieces. Share experiments, tests, BTS, even failures. They build trust and show personality. I think it's called social proof. Number 2, say yes, but don't stay there forever. The say yes to everything phase is very useful early on, but eventually you'll want to get selective, and the quicker you can guide your portfolio towards the kind of work you want, the better. Number 3, prioritize relationships over reach. A good experience will often get you 3 more jobs quietly without fanfare. A single viral video might get you none. Number 4, keep a record. When a project goes well, document it, capture behind the scenes, save nice emails. These all help in creating case studies for future proposals. That's invaluable. And number 5, do personal work on purpose. It's tempting just to grind out paid gigs, but carving time to make the work you wish people would hire you for, that's a long-term investment in yourself, and it's something I still do to this day. Here's the unglamorous truth. I've never been great at pitching, and I'm definitely not a natural salesperson. That's just not my forte. But I am consistent. I share my work, I'm on time, and I'm really good at following up. And that's basically it. No clever system, no CRM, just a slow, steady stream of work built on trust and visibility. And now I make a really good living. I have creative freedom, and most importantly, I'm not back running a 50-person hospitality business and worrying about payroll every month. There's a lot I still want to do, obviously. Better commercial work, more narrative projects, and a bit of documentary. I'd love to grow as a DOP, but I'm also pretty happy with what I built so far. And it all started with some goofy holiday edit. If you're still figuring things out, your style, your niche, your rate, I've got more videos on all of that coming soon. So if you found this useful, do the usual YouTube things, like, subscribe, and leave a comment if any of this resonates. Or, better yet, share some of your early stories. How did you land your first gig? Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.